Hey, welcome back to another tissue culture edition. A couple people asked me when I did my last tissue culture videos to walk you through the process. I didn't before because it was like the first time I'd done it and I needed to focus. So I'm going to attempt to do it this time and let's see. So I hope this helps somebody. I got 13 tissue culture. So we are going to get them potted up and get them ready to go. I'm going to try to walk you through each step. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is show you my setup and what exactly I'm going to be working with, and then we'll go into the steps. So this is what I got. First, I'm going to rinse them off in the sink. Then I have some distilled water and a brush that I can clean all the agar off. Then I have a bowl of Grow Safe. This is like an anti-fungal, antibacterial that I'll soak them in for a few minutes. Then I have a bowl of Clonex clone solution and distilled water also. It's important to use distilled water with everything. I have peroxide and alcohol. I have the tweezers. Of course, the tissue culture here. I have the little pots that they're going to go in. I have distilled water with Clonex clone solution back there. And I have the little brownie plugs that I'll put them in here. And then last, they'll go in the cups with the domes with a little bit of fluvostratum and perlite, and they'll go in here before they go into the light. All right, so here we go. Step one, I'm gonna cut this open and pull the TC out of the agar, and I'm gonna rinse it off in warm water. I just wear a mask because I don't know what's in this and I don't want to breathe it in. So let's get this little baby opened. And this is a white monstera, or white monstera. And now let's get her rinsed off. So I am using a room temperature water here, and I'm just gonna rinse it really, really good. Make sure you get everything, all the leaves, all of everything, to make sure you don't leave any agar on it at all. Just rub it gently. Make sure you get in between the cracks. Get all the roots. Here's something that I also want to add. When you're rinsing it off in the sink, you have to rinse it really, really good. Don't be afraid. It's not as delicate as you think. It's not as delicate as it looks. Get in between everything. Make sure all that agar is off. As soon as you think you're done, do it again, because there's probably some hidden somewhere. Also, if you come across one that has a bad leaf on it, you can just go ahead and cut that leaf off. It's fine. There's other leaves that are good and healthy, so it's okay. And while you're rinsing everything off, you're probably gonna lose a root or two here or there. It's okay. It's okay. There's more. It'll grow. So just go ahead and snip that off and then move on with the process. After I rinse it off in the sink, I put it in this bowl of distilled water and just kind of swirl it around. Make sure everything is off of there. Maybe go in with the paintbrush again and just double check and make sure you've gotten every nook and cranny of everything. I will let this sit in here for probably 2-3 minutes and just swirl it around, and then I'll move on to the next. All right, after I've let this sit in here, I will move it over to the next container, which is the Grow Safe. Do the same thing. Swirl it around in there and just kind of let it sit in here. I'll probably give it 2 or 3 minutes in here, and then we'll take it out of here and go on to the next. So now we've let it sit in here. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And then we'll move it over here. And this one has distilled water and a Clonex clone solution in it. And I will do the same thing here. I will let it sit in here probably for about 5 minutes before I take it out and get it potted up. I'll move it around a little bit just to kind of make sure I have all of it, and then I'll see you in the next step. All right, so after that, get your little pot that you've labeled with whatever TC you're putting in there. I also forgot to mention that for my brownie plugs, I soak them in distilled water and nutrient solution for about 5 minutes. I do that. I cut about halfway through my brownie plug, and then when I'm ready to pot it up, I just squeeze out the excess moisture. Get my tissue culture out of the last bowl, the rooting solution. Place it inside the brownie plug. Can you see? Place it right about there. I try to tuck in the roots if I can. Monstera have pretty hardy roots, so I may not be able to. I don't stick it too far down in there either. I leave it kind of up. If it's something other than Monstera, any leaves that are touching the brownie plug or the outside of the cup are probably going to die. So just keep that in mind. Try to keep it raised up a little. Put it in your brownie plug like that. Give it a little pinch. Set your little brownie plug inside of your pot. And then what I do at this point is I fill the outside with a little bit of perlite and stratum. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I try to tuck my roots down in there a little bit so they're not sticking out of the top if it's possible. This one's going to be kind of complicated. The roots are kind of big. Okay, I got that down in there a little bit. Try to stand it up nice and straight so it's not leaning to the side at all. This is a little bit messy, but I add a little bit of perlite and stratum around the outside because there is still space inside my little pot after I've put my brownie plug in there. I'll give you a close-up in a second. And just kind of fill in around it. That's really all I'm doing, is just filling in around it what I can. Give it a little shimmy. See? And then I put it inside of one of these cups. Gently set it down inside of there like that. Get my distilled water with my Clonex. Just give it a little bit of water. You don't want to go crazy in there because you'll drown it. Put your lid on. I have on my last batch, when I put the holes in it, I just used the same lids and taped up the holes, and I'll remove them one by one. Here's my finished product. I'm gonna go put it in, once I'm done with all my TCs, I'm gonna go put it in the pan on the heat mat in the grow light. I'll show you that for the last step and tell you what to do from there. Yo, look at this tissue culture. I literally just took this out of the package. Have you ever seen such a gigantic tissue culture? Maybe it's just me, but holy freaking wow. This is a pink poly. Nuts. All right, and for the last step, I have all the tissue cultures potted up. I have them in a bin on a heat mat down there, and I have them under Barina T5 grow lights. Let's back it up a little. So these are all the tissue culture I have right now. That's the gigantic pink poly back there and there. Holy smokes. I will give updates on these guys as well. And just for a quick update, here's the last batch of TC that I did. They're all growing nicely acclimated. There's still a couple that were small that I had to leave, but that's okay. They'll be fine. But these are the ones that are acclimated and doing well. And this is the new batch up here. And I will keep you posted on them. And these are all my cormies up here. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.